giving back. And these people go around, they compare me to the scummy person on earth.
Hey guys, we soon gonna talk about Becky Lynch. She finally responds to the whole Becky Hogan chants. Let's check out more of Toss Ring Scandal, aka KDH.
I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. The tribal chief is head and shoulders above everybody.
Hey guys, we're here at Toss Ring Scandal, aka KDH, Turnbuckle King in the building. We'll talk about Becky Lynch addresses fans of her being called Becky Hogan. You guys get the license. We come into the locker room. We about to air some dirty laundry. Now, we know Becky Lynch for the past year, now going on, is getting more and more clearly addressed that she's been referred to as Becky Hogan. Now, they're saying this because Becky Lynch always is in the main event title scene or in the tag team title scene or in the storyline. We know that Becky Lynch just came back to WWE. Now, the last time we saw Becky Lynch before she took her hiatus, she was the Women's World Champion right before taking off her leave, before losing the championship to Liv Morgan. But we know since she has returned at WrestleMania 41, she has captured the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship alongside Lyra, even though the reign was only for 24 hours before losing it back to Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez on Monday Night Raw the day after. However, this ain't the first time we've seen Becky win a title since she returned to WWE. If you guys remember back in SummerSlam 2021, after her maternity leave, she returned to SummerSlam and won the then SmackDown Women's Championship, defeating Bianca Belair in a record-setting 20 seconds. And when she won that, Bianca Belair was very, very concerned, and Becky Lynch stated in her book that she had to console Bianca and assured her that the next time these two would face off, that Becky Lynch will put Bianca Belair over and give her the victory, getting her win back because of losing to Becky Lynch at SummerSlam. But we know that Becky Lynch, she's been hearing this for quite some time. It's been irritating. She's been talking about this on Raw Recap, which I will play the interview, and she talks about how she's referring to the whole Becky Hogan chance and everything else. And we also know she did an interview with Chris Van Fleet, how she rose to stardom with the whole The Man being accidentally punched in the nose by Nia Jax back in 2018. But yeah, this is something that's been going on for quite some time. Becky Lynch is tired of it. And I have to say, they do have a point. Why does Becky Lynch, every time she returns to WWE, whether it's maternity leave, whether it's taking hiatus, she always come back and win some type of championship? That always is the case with her. That's been going on for quite some time. Becky always wins a title. She's always in the main event scene. And fans are calling out on it. And they call her Becky Hogan. They have the memes where they put a mustache around her when she won a championship, whatever the case may be. But like I said, they do have a point. Now, we could talk about Charlotte Flair all you want. She did come back this year and win the Women's World Rumble, and she have all her championship runs, but Becky Lynch is no different. At least with Charlotte Flair, she's tied to the Ric Flair name. She's she's generational talent, as they call a Nepo baby. But Becky Lynch, she's someone who got popular by accident. I'm just stating the facts here. For Becky Lynch fans who do get upset, she has been running with the whole man thing for a while, and she's always in the main event scene or title scene. So that's a fact. So like I said, soon we'll see Becky Lynch, what she said with Chris Van Fleet, that she did an interview over a year ago. But I will say Becky Lynch, with the current feud she has on with Lyra, hopefully she makes her look good, put her over. I do know that Becky Lynch, she be stat padding too on the low. She want to make sure that she also, another reason she came back, not only to get a WWE Women's Tag Team Championship ring again under her belt, she also wants a WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship run under her belt, because she's never held that championship before. And mark my words right now, after she has that championship, she will eventually get her hands on the WWE Women's United States Championship as well. But let's see what she said here with Chris Van Fleet here in this interview that she did of becoming a man.
Punched in the face.
Yeah.
Your face being bloody.
Yeah.
And you become the man.
Yeah, exactly. And like, so stuff like that. Nia, like I said, I text her, you, I'm so sorry, felt, and I talk about this in the book, I felt horrible. Anybody who hurt somebody feels horrible. But if that didn't happen, then I wouldn't have that cool image. So, thank you, Naya. First and last time anybody's going to say that.
When you went to the back after the infamous man moment,
Yeah.
your face is bloody, you're in the crowd. What was the conversation like backstage?
I had no clue where I was. I was like, where are we? How did I get here? Like, I was able to run on autopilot all the way up to that. And then it was just black. I had no clue. Remember Stephanie McMahon looking after me in the trainer's room, like being very kind. And I just remember the coldness in Kansas that night. And so I don't know what the conversations were. The conversations were like, did I break my neck? Like, I remember my neck just killing me. I had no idea what had happened to me.
When did you start to piece it together?
It wasn't until I was in the hospital. And Natty, Bailey, and Sasha came to visit me. And like, I was like lying there and they came in and they were like, do you know what happened? And I was like, no, but I remember you guys had a really good match. You had a really good match right before. And then I started piecing together like spots from their match and telling them their own match back. And then I was like, and then we came, and then it started kind of...
Now, that was Becky Lynch on Chris Van Fleet, how she became the man, how she go to hospital. But that was a surprising way she came to the top. I have noticed that some of the stars that do accidentally come across or become a superstar, when they do get their own spotlight and their own status, they like to hold on to it, meaning they don't like to push certain people as much. But we're going to see what Becky Lynch said here on Raw Recap, talking about the Becky Hogan statement here.
Up references to superstars from the past, based on a lot of what you said tonight. There's a meme, I don't know if you've seen it online, where there are those that...
Been online.
Okay, well, on social...
I have important things to do.
You're not going to bring this up.
They,
We're going to bring something up.
well, they've called you Becky Hogan before,
Sam.
based on some of the, behaviors that they perceive that you may have.
Wow.
I want to know if you have feelings
And
on it.
I'm the bad guy.
Right.
I'm the bad guy.
Right.
All I've done is be lovely to some people.
Yeah.
Like a few people, like Lyra. Do you remember when she didn't beat me, but she won in NXT. She won the NXT Women's title.
Yeah.
And so she beats me with quick roll up, very quick roll up. Like it wasn't a definitive win. She beat me with a very quick roll up. Do you know what I did afterwards?
No.
You know what I did after? Because I'm such a great person. Raise her hand.
That's true. That's true.
Raise her hand because I'm that kind of a person.
Well,
What did she do tonight? She kicked me in the face. Got a big lump here.
yeah. I mean, when you talk...
My wonderful face. On my wonderful face. On my wonderful face, by the way, that's already been scarred. Look, my nose doesn't sit perfectly straight anymore. My shoulder is popping out. I've got scars on my arms. All of this because of what I've given to this industry. Like, I wear the scars of what I've done on my body. I wear them with pride because of all I've given back. And these people go around, they compare me to the scummy person on earth. After everything I've done. After everything that I've done for them.
No, I can see where that would bother you.
And I'm the bad guy. I'm supposed to just sit here and take it. I'm supposed to go, I'm sorry, even though I didn't do anything wrong. I broke through glass ceilings. I changed the game.
And
I broke away from others.
Lyra brought that up today, breaking glass ceiling. She said that you left the glass on the ground, though. I mean, you have a solid relationship with a lot of the women in the locker room. Is that how you felt, that you left the glass on the ground?
By the way, that's a very quiet locker room. I mean, I don't know how many... It doesn't seem like you're sharing space.
I have my assistant too.
Okay.
Is that how you felt, though, that there was glass left on the ground? Is there any validity to what Lyra said?
You smash a ceiling, you leave some glass. A resourceful person might take that glass, build a school.
Now, Becky Lynch really went in on that whole Becky Hogan thing. She said that he is scummiest person on the earth. Like I said before on this channel, no one likes from the old era of the golden age attitude era. Most of the stars of today, they can't relate to the old era, and she don't want to be connected no way to Becky Hogan. But she does play politics, I will say, in her favor. Yes, Becky Lynch, she definitely does not like being compared to Hulk Hogan at all. I know Seth Rollins, I spoke about him before on this channel. He does not like Hulk Hogan. And I know Becky don't either, because Hulk Hogan has such a negative image towards especially the current generation and the generations after and after and after that. But Becky Lynch, the fact that the matter is, will you put over Lyra Valkyria good in this feud that you have going on right now? Because I do still see her gaining the Women's Intercontinental Championship at some time. She may not get it at Backlash 2024 in her upcoming match against Lyra Valkyria, but I still see her gaining that belt at some given point. And Becky Lynch has stat pad. If you look at her numbers, she has won every championship you could think of. NXT Women's Championship, the Women's World Championship, the WWE Women's Championship, Women's Tag Team Championship. She's going for the Intercontinental Championship now. And like I said, the Women's United States Championship. So it is clearly evident that Becky is in business for herself. And I noticed that she only puts over certain people, or she has to win certain things. She even did that before she left, before losing the Women's World Championship to Liv Morgan. So like I say, I know fans don't like it. There are big supporters of Becky, but that's the truth. Becky's stat pass, she plays politics, and she always makes sure when she do return, she's going to have a championship on her shoulder. Now, I believe reports when they were saying that Becky Lynch was not happy with creative or it was some issues, I believe in that, because she will only come back if the terms and conditions work under Becky Lynch's favor, where she always has to have a championship. Becky Lynch is at the point in her career where she has to put over talent in. It's not about winning championships. Just like Bayley and Charlotte Flair now, they're not winning those championships or going for one. They're going to lose. Hopefully Becky does not win the Women's Intercontinental Championship no time soon right now. I really hope she don't. You have to put over talent, not just one talent, but multiple talents. The four horsewoman, from that era, 2015 girls, you have to lose. You're not going to be winning championships like that anymore. There's nothing else for Becky to do as far as winning a championship. She's done it already. And I honestly don't want to see no more of at least the Women's World or the WWE Women's Championship. But that's the fact of the matter. And I think Becky Lynch, it seems like she's at the point where she doesn't know when it's time to step aside. And I know people will say, well, she took a year off, she was gone. Yeah, but when she comes back, she always got to win. And that's the problem I had with Becky Lynch. She says she's not Becky Hogan, but she's damn sure acting like that she is Becky Hogan. That's just the fact of the matter of that. I'm calling a spade. So we'll see what happens at Backlash and later on this year when it comes to Becky Lynch going in this feud on Raw and whoever else. But I don't see Becky Lynch being around for long. Expect Becky Lynch after this whole feud with Lyra Valkyria or even holding the Women's Intercontinental Championship, she will take another hiatus once again. I can see that at some given point too. Don't be surprised. But that's all I have for Becky Lynch addresses fans as Becky Hogan. She responds to the whole Becky Hogan chants. You guys let me know. Was she right what she said about Hulk Hogan or not? Check out the content of Toss Ring Scandal, aka KDH. Until then, guys, you already know what it is at this point. It's OUT.